Hi, this is Charlie with Only PVC Pyramids. Today's video is entitled Verifying Dr. Emoto's Water Experiments with the LM4 Experimental Life Energy Meter. I promised that I was going to be doing this video a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually taken about 2 weeks for time for the effects of the experiment to take hold in the water so that I could demonstrate this to you today. But for those of you who are not familiar with Dr. Emoto's work, Dr. Emoto is a giant Japanese scientist who had a famous book that popularized his work in America called The Hidden Messages in Water. He did a number of books after that. He was also, his work was initially popularized in the United States in a movie called What the Bleep that came out about 10 to 12 years ago. In summary, what Dr. Emoto's work shows is the impact of both positive and negative stimuli to the crystallization of water once it's frozen. In one of his classic experiments, and the one that we're going to recreate today, Dr. Emoto would take loving thoughts, write them on a piece of paper, and tape them onto a glass of water, and do the same thing with negative thoughts. And in this classic experiment, he wrote "I love you" on one glass of water, and he wrote "I hate you" in the other. And it doesn't matter what language you write this in. The way the universe works, I know this sounds hard to imagine, but that's why we're here to prove this today. But no matter what language you write it in, if you write loving thoughts or pray, meditate, do something positive for the water would crystallize into these beautiful crystalline shapes. And if it was polluted or if negative thoughts were given to the water, those crystalline shapes would not form. So we're going to be recreating that, not with crystals, but with the LM4 Life Energy Meter. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. But before we begin that, I wanted to tell you, once again, I looked up Dr. Emoto's work, just as I have the Pioneers in Torsion Field work, if you've been watching my other videos. And sure enough, Wikipedia, calls Dr. Emoto's work pseudoscience. And I'm here today to prove to you that Wikipedia is wrong on this score. We'll be back in a minute and show you the results. Okay, before we begin, I wanted to go over the experimental setup. I've had 3 glasses of water sitting on top of 3 different pieces of a notepad for the last 3 weeks. The one in the middle doesn't say anything, and we're going to be using this middle glass as our control group. And this piece of paper had the words "I hate you" written on it, and this glass was sitting on top of that paper for the last 3 weeks. Finally, the "I love you" sign, and that glass was sitting atop like so. So to begin, we're going to use the control glass of water to set the experimental life energy meter at 50% to give us a standard basis for reading. Now we've previously set this at 50, so it's just going to need a slight adjustment to set it exactly onto the 50% level. So now we'll be able to detect with ease the relative energy in these 2 other glasses. Now before we do the other experiments, each time we're going to be wiping off the detector to make sure we get as accurate a reading as possible. So first we're going to take the "I hate you" glass of water and test its life energy. The life energy as tested now is showing at 40, a significant drop in the life energy of that water versus the control. And now we're going to test the "I love you" glass after we wipe off the detector, and we're going to check it for its life energy. You can see it has a life force energy of about 65, far in excess of the controlled glass of water. So what we've seen here is that negative words are going to be negatively impacting the life energy, And the positive energy associated with the words I love you have provided a large amount of additional life energy into the water in that glass. Hope this has been helpful and you have a great day.